Hello and welcome. This is the Luke Does Stuff Q&A. Second Q&A on this channel. I've done one already. You can go back and watch that. I did one earlier this year. But now I'm doing another one because it's coming to the tail end of the year. It's October. Thought I might as well do one. And this one is themed to be spooky scary, hence why I've got the spooky scary costume on again. Yeah. Cue the intro. Right, so first question we have is by Aesthetic Gamers, who says, when did you start getting more popular? Well, people would argue that I'm not popular right now. 500 subscribers isn't really technically popular, but if I am going to answer that question, I might as well answer it by saying it was around about the time of the Mars ice cream video. Around about that time, that's when I started noticing that's a dramatic rise in view count with that video as opposed to the previous few. Not a significant rise in sub count, but a significant rise in view count, which is what I determined to be not necessarily. Well, yes, it is more popular because if you get more views, then you get more people see your video because it will be recommended to more people and vice versa. So that is a thing that is a thing that I have to make apparent. But yeah, I wouldn't class myself as being popular at the moment, but I would definitely say that where I started getting more traction is through that video. We then have Lucas Deeney, who put, what made you want to do YouTube? This is something that I've touched on previously in the past. The main gist of it is when I was, well, only a few years ago now, I had a very, very bad social anxiety disorder, like a massive one. I wouldn't be able to talk to teachers, I wouldn't be able to talk to other students, I wouldn't be able to talk to pretty much anyone that I wasn't already friends with. And so I decided, how else to get over an anxiety disorder than to go onto a place where your face is shown to the entire internet to be ridiculed for the rest of your life. But so far it's actually worked out to be quite helpful and quite therapeutic in a way. As weird as that sounds, it's quite therapeutic to make videos for a living. It's honestly one of the best things I've done. One of the best decisions I've made in my entire life is to start this channel. But yeah. Another thing that did make me want to start YouTube is that at this point in time, my friends, my actual real life friends, they're not really into comic books in the same way that I am. Like, I collect them weekly, I read them on a regular basis, and I have spent way too much money on them. So much money is actually ridiculous. But yeah, it's just kind of an outlet for me to talk about my passions without any like judgment, and the judgment that does comes from a completely faceless person on the other side of the internet. So it doesn't affect me in any way because I don't know who the person is. So I couldn't care less. The next question is by Wicked Hawkus, who says, "A, what's your favourite comic book?" Quick fire answer is Kraven's Last Hunt. Um, it's an amazing storyline. It's one of my favourite. It's one of the most beautifully written, not just comic books, but books I think I've ever read. It definitely should be the antithesis storyline that they use in Spider-Man 3. If Kraven's not in Spider-Man 3, I don't think I'll watch another Marvel movie again. But yeah, I am hyped to see Kraven in a movie, and I hope they do take this storyline, and I hope they do take this storyline and use it, because it's amazing. It's one of my favorite. It's it's definitely my favorite storyline of all time. Again, I haven't read everything. I haven't read every single comic book ever made since the 1960s to now, or the 1940s till now, because 80 years worth of comic books is really, really difficult to catch up on. But of what I've read, which is I think a considerable amount, that's probably my favourite storyline I've ever read. The next question and the final question is by Danny Del Kid, who put, "What's your favourite human pastime activity?" Gaming. Gaming. More so than comic books. More so than reading comic books. Gaming is my ultimate escape. That may sound really ridiculous, but it is. Where I go to escape into a world is in a video game, because it's the only place where you're actually like barred entry to the next point of the story. You can't finish the story of a video game unless you get good at the video game, which is why my favorite video game is Kingdom Hearts 2, because it's easy. But I don't. I'm big into like sci-fi and fantasy stuff, and I just love games in general. It's I would be quite happy if I was just given a stockpile of games and an island and just an island in the middle of nowhere. I would be very happy with my life. Yeah, that's kind of everything I have to. It's kind of everything that I have to talk about in this video. In the next video, I don't know what I'll be doing, to be honest. Yeah, the next video will probably be my Joker review, so that's gonna be fun to look forward to. So yeah, links in the description below to my social medias. Every commenter that I've read in this video, their links to their channels will be in the description below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share. Peace.